Namaste, Prakash here. I want to share a story that many of us might have heard from our childhood with a slight twist at the end. This is about the story of a spiritual practitioner who goes into the forest and then suddenly finds that he is stranded in the middle of the forest, nowhere to go. As he is searching where to go and as he is silently praying, he finds that he is now being chased by an elephant. He runs away from the elephant, and then as he runs away, he reaches the edge of a hill. And as the elephant gets close to him, the only source of escape for him was to climb a tree which was nearby, which is tall enough. As he starts climbing the tree, he finds that the elephant starts shaking the tree in which he is climbing up. As he goes away into one of the top branches, he finds that there is a huge vulture which starts roaming above his head, looking at him as a potential prey. While he's focused on finding a way to escape both from the vulture and the elephant, the branch on which he is sitting, he finds that suddenly there are two huge bandicoots which start gnawing away at the edge of the branch in which he is sitting. And the branch starts slowly giving away. And while all this is happening, he sees a huge serpent which is hanging from the branch which is just above him, which is about to attack him. And while all this is happening, he looks down and then he finds that there is a small pit which is filled with full of poisonous scorpions. So he really doesn't know. And while all this is happening, the elephant starts shaking the tree much more violently. And much above in the tree, at a further height, there is a beehive. And there is a shake which happens, and the honey from the beehive starts dropping. And while it drops, this person opens his mouth. It drops into his mouth, and it is of such a taste. And then he says, "What a taste! How much it would be, how nice it would be if I am able to take this honey to my guru who would love such a taste." While this happens, he falls to his death, as they say. He is picked up by his guru from the other side of the brighter world, you can say, and then taken to an heavenly position. There are 2-3 things from this story that we can potentially learn. The first is the man's ability to continuously find a way to escape from whatever is happening around him, not giving up. The second thing is that while all the threats which are almost bordering on potential death is happening, his mind still has that one moment where he is about to taste the honey. He is still able to enjoy the taste, which also shows that in spite of the dangers that life apparently poses, if you are in the moment, you can still enjoy the drip of the honey into your mouth. Not that you are completely, sort of perilous to what is happening around you, but yet there is a chance that by focusing on that moment, he was able to expand it further. And the icing on the cake is when he starts thinking how much his guru would love to have the honey which is falling in his mouth, that kind of a taste, the pure honey that he would like to take to his guru. The third is in fact the biggest learning from this story. A person who is in constant remembrance, who is in meditative state of the God, of his guru, will not be in any way given up. He is taken to the other side, obviously to a heavenly position or a brighter world or liberation or whatever you want to call. All along he had always trained his mind to only think of or have thoughts of his guru. He was only thinking about how much his guru would love to have, and this is exactly what meditation in one way teaches. While there are several benefits to meditation, while there are several aspects to meditation, one thing that meditation teaches for sure is how to meet death at that moment when death is about to strike you. It is always said in spiritual scriptures that at the time of death you have two options: to look away from the goal, the Guru or God, or look at Him. Depending upon where you look, you are likely to be taken to that side. If you're looking at the worldly side at the time of death, you tend to get reborn, is what it is said. And if you're able to look at the Guru, he takes you out of this worldly level of existence into a different dimension. Since we do not know when we are going to die, none of us know, the art of meditation, the purpose of meditation is to train you so that any moment death strikes, you are in his remembrance. You are in a meditative state of feeling the presence of a Guru in your heart all the time. Irrespective of whether it happens now, 1 month later, 1 year later, 40 years later, 100 years later, you are ready, because when that moment happens, if your heart is turned towards the goal, the Guru, the real purpose of the spiritual practice, the real purpose of meditation automatically gets taken care. It is your ability to continuously live in that moment and live in remembrance and in the true feeling of being in meditative state which makes truly the difference. This short story might have been seen in different ways in different books that you might have read, but with this twist, the real purpose of meditation, the real purpose of being in constant remembrance is something that comes out. I just thought I'll park this story and the learning at this moment and leave the rest for you to figure out. Thank you.